Okay, I'm finishing my Leprechaun sketch painting. I sketched this on my other live stream. I wanted to get all of this fixed up and get out my pastels. And I'm doing readings also for those that want readings. I am doing the tarot card readings, but I do like to finish my sketches as I go along too. I'm gonna probably see what color I want. I'm gonna fade out the background with a color. I want to get a color that makes sense and goes nicely with this piece. I'm gonna use yellow. I think yellow would be nice. So this is not bad here. I want a nice neutral color for this. Get this in here. And these pastels are the chalk pastels, the hard pastels. These are the ones you kind of want to use fading in your background while you're doing the painting. I kind of like sometimes just coloring in my stuff like this because I feel it's better. Sometimes you don't always want to mess with that paint. And to deal with actual paint, I have a lot of practice. Well, even with the pastels you do too, but that's with any kind of art, I guess you could say. And then when I'm done with this, I want to do a couple candles. I feel that would be fun for today. And I'm going to try to do some more nature stuff. Just getting all this yellow stuff in the background. It's good to get your background color done first. You want your piece to stick out. I just do it with my fingers. Because I feel it's better because you can really kind of get the definition you want with your painting. And I wanted a nice neutral color that kind of isn't too dark. It could bring out the good stuff in here. So I'm going to have that nice pretty background. I just want to put that yellow there. I wash this stuff all the time anyways. Alright. Now, I'm going to do traditional green with this. Oh, hi. How you doing? And now, I think it's a no. Yeah, you could have a reading. I'm just trying to read your name. But yeah, you could have a reading. I got my cards here. I just like to get my little pieces done. On my last live stream, I was almost done, but I didn't quite finish my little leprechaun here. But yeah, lay on your question, and I will answer your question. I've had a stressful weekend at work. Very stressful. The only thing that makes the stress go away is painting. I just take a little of this on the sides and you have that little coat thing. Yeah, and I'm not very well at sometimes pronouncing the different kinds of names, so I apologize. I At work, everybody always, if you mispronounce their name, they correct you, and it's a whole big drama thing. So I try to go out of my way to make sure that I don't offend people and pronounce their names right. In the medical community, everybody gets upset if you don't get their name right, even if they have these different kinds of names that aren't common. But that's the world we live in. There we go. But yeah, put your question down and I will be glad to assist you. I did some videos today. I do those to calm. It's a calming device I use because the videos make my stress go away. And I did a lot of shorts. God, I think I did 10 shorts today. And I did some videos and I did inspirational, motivational things too. Because I'm trying to give back. Because I get it. People sometimes need it. I've been, like, I mean, I listen to Denzel Washington quotes, so that goes to show you there. I'm just trying to give back to the YouTube community with some nice quotes that I think are good. Alright, well, I want to know what should I expect that will come from my recent XO, or will she come to me? Talk about with the no contact. Oh, okay. Unrequited love. This is a very difficult topic. Oh, I'm good. How are you? I'm just finishing my Leprechaun here. I sketched it last stream. I'm trying to be fancy and do some motivational, inspiring words. We'll see where that goes in my life. But you got to try. If you don't try, you don't know if you can do it, and why not? Well, let's see. Here, get there. Let me do this reading, my friend, on your unrequited love. Oh, okay. My work is all weekend, and I get tortured all weekend for my medical facility. I do. I swear, all these medical people are insane. I was in my boss's office telling him I'll give me 2 weeks to get my life together, and I was getting ready to go and get another job, and I still might. I don't know. I've been there 10 years, but I might just do it. So no, I don't sell them. I just do them for content, and it gets rid of my all my bad anxiety and just things like that. It's just really calming, and I don't have to take any depression meds, so it's better. Because some of those depression meds are like $60 each, and they're not good for you, my friend. So I try to not take any pills because I don't like drugs of any kind. I don't like medical, the ones the doctors give you, or the street drugs. I really don't like any of them. The only one I like is the dispensary, and that's it. I don't want any of that stuff because I feel this world is doing, there's some bad things going on in the world, and I don't want to be a part of it because they say your body's your vessel, so why put bad things in it? And why let negative energy around it? But I got a reading on, I got the cards on your unrequited lady love here. And it's a third quarter moon. That's where she's at. And this talks about adjustments being required. And this card literally just, it does mean adjustments, but in her case, I don't think she has her life together. I'm picking up that she's kind of all over the place. She's in her head, and she's thinking that she's supposed to do all these other things, and she's avoiding her purpose in life. And it's not good to avoid your purpose in life, because when you avoid your purpose in life, things happen to bring you towards your greater purpose. So she may be in trouble because they'll take things from you, the universe, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing for the better good. And then she's surrounded by a full moon of Cancer, and this talks about personal issues coming to resolution. And I'm picking up this personal issue has to do with family and newfound attitude and an ego. People aren't liking the ego. They love her, but they're not liking it. And who likes somebody that's big on themselves? I mean, nobody likes that. And then she's surrounded by new moon in Aries. And this talks about taking action. Taking action in her case, I'm picking up is doing a change, maybe finding her inner light, which she's hiding from it. So I'm not really sure when she is going to come back. I mean, really, all this depends on her altogether. And I just feel like an overwhelming feeling that she's disturbed the balance of her own self. And this does happen to us time and time again, and it starts a circle until you learn your lesson. So possibly, maybe when karma hits her, she will be back. So, oh, she does have that. Yeah, but I mean, I would just maybe wait until she crashes and burns and then see what goes on. That would be my thing. I would do. I wouldn't put. I wouldn't be too upset because she's going to be really upset about things in the end. You never go against the universe. The universe is bigger, literally, than every single one of us. So, all right. I'm really bad at questions. Oh, my friend with the eye from Etsy. I'm always afraid to go to Etsy because I'm afraid they're going to hack my account all the time. Okay, thank you for... Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Gilbert. I think it's Jenna. Yeah, Jenna, put on your question. I got you. This, in a way, helps me relax, too, answering tarot card questions. Laugh out loud. I do this for my own personal mental health, too. Sometimes we do different things for our own mental health. I'm shading in all this little green that I want in here. Let me get this here. I find it better to do this with your finger at first. I really do. I think it's better. Because you can see, like, if you want to shade it really dark or light. See, sometimes I just want light shadings with my anime stuff, so. And that's all the green I really want in here for now. And I want that faded out look. Alright, let me see. You would like to know, what do you see coming towards me in love? Okay, Jenna. A love reading. Let's see what the universe has in you coming towards love. Love is very chaotic, Jenna. What the one thing with love, when things are sent to you, if they're not meant to be, you got to know when to walk away. Because if you don't, the thing is that the universe will separate you from the person that you think you love the most, and they will keep separating you. And it'll be a never ending circle till you just give up. And then when you find out years later, when you finally gave up and listened to the universe, you find out why. I've had this happen to me a couple times in my life, and it was a 8 year circle with the first person I was engaged to. And now I'm glad the universe separated me from him, but it is sad when it happens, but there's not much you could do about it. Sometimes you just gotta move on and let God do his thing. Alright, Jenna. Your general reading is your love reading is in a balsamic moon. And this talks about healing. I'm picking up you've had toxic relationships. You're sad, you feel scorned by life, and you just want somebody to be there for you. And the universe wants you to heal and learn to love yourself so your inner fire can burn even hotter, because we all have an inner fire, and you don't want it all messed up with all kinds of toxic energy. Then you got a new moon in Pisces, and this just talks about meditating, thinking over things, contemplating, getting your life together, and deciding where you want to go with it. I mean, you might want to be a live streamer. You might want to help the animals. There's a lot of options out there, Jen. A lot of options. Then you got a full moon of Virgo, and this is pretty much this card. When it comes up, I'm picking up. It means you got a low self-esteem, and you want somebody to partner with you to bring you up. I am picking up that there will be someone coming along to help you in your journey, but you can't depend on other people's energy. And your energy has to be fully there and strong to bring a healthy relationship. But there is somebody coming for you. It hasn't been placed yet in the universe, but I would just do some inner healing, maybe find things you like to do. I do that all the time. I make candles and do these little things, and before I know it, things just eventually will come to me. But this person's going to come, and it's going to be for healing, which I do see you need really bad. But my suggestion would be, like I said, just try to hang in there and find yourself. Everybody loses themselves. Everybody. I've lost myself a lot of times. And every time you fall, you come back stronger. I've lost myself recently with the grief of my dad. But I came back stronger. I felt like my soul was torn apart, but I came back stronger, and that's kind of the way it got to be. And then I found my husband years ago in that. Oh, hey, Johanna. Okay, you want a general reading, but you're gonna be okay. I promise you, Miss Gilbert. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I know that death is a part of life, but sometimes it hurts all the same, and it tears you apart but makes you stronger. Love does that. If if you love somebody, you grieve them. You grieve their loss, whether if they be living or dead. Denzel Washington quotes from YouTube here helped me, and I got through it because sometimes people aren't very nice to you when things happen, especially if you're getting an inheritance. But I got through it, and I'm coming back stronger. And that's the thing that's how life's supposed to be for everybody, just not me. Literally everybody. Oh, it's Stephanie. My friend Stephanie. How are you? I've had a horrible 3 days at work. And then it came down to me bothering me up in the my DON's office, telling her I'm gonna get my life together in 2 weeks and get out of her hair, and now they don't want me to leave. This is the cycle I've had for 10 years with my work, and I really dislike them sometimes. But I love the residents, and I've been there for 10 years, and they all begged me not to leave. So I will stay there for my residents and the sick people I take care of, and that's it. Oh, how you doing, Priya? I haven't seen you for a while. Let me get this one reading real quick. All right, Johanna, you want a general reading. Let me get yours now. All right. Oh, you're good? Oh, you went to a music festival. Oh my God, that's amazing. I went to go see the Black Veil Brides at Incarceration in the United States where I'm at, and Jelly Roll was there. It was amazing. I loved it. Yeah, I'm getting you now, Johanna. You want a regular, you want a general reading. I got yours right now. But yeah, it was amazing seeing that. And I love Jelly Roll. Love him. I used to not like him that much, but seeing him live, I think I like him more. He's like one of my favorite singers now. All right, you're in a fixed moon, and this just talks about holding on to visions, things that you want to do that you gave up on. And I'm picking up it's people, some kind of like work you were doing that made you feel fulfilled and you gave up on it, and things that made you happy that you felt that weren't that important. And the universe is telling me to tell you to hold on to things that will fulfill your soul. Then you got a full moon in Taurus, and this just talks about getting a practical plan together. And it's always about financial, but with Taurus, Tauruses are a lot about it represents financial stability and prosperous and stuff like that. But they're saying that also to be careful how you're spending, and maybe go on a budget and figure out where you want to go, and maybe ensure certain budgets so you can get there. And I'm doing the same thing. So it is what it is, and sometimes a careful budgeting helps. And then you got a full moon in Cancer, and there's a personal issue surrounding you that's coming to resolution in your life. I feel it's family and personal related. And in these kind of circles, when you're in this kind of one, to end the circle so it doesn't keep going round and round, you got to realize what you have to learn from that lesson, and get yourself in another and start a whole new circle and move on in your life and let go of that energy. So I would just let go of things, and when the with this personal issue, forgive but don't forget, and start budgeting yourself and start doing things for yourself. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing right now in my life. So, and it's really good advice because it makes you feel better each and every day that you wake up. So, that's what I would do. And it would make you a lot happier because you don't want to be unhappy because there's a lot of things in this world that will make you unhappy. And they truly will. And people will trample on you. And if you live within truth, they will hate you for all the truth that you show. And that's the absolute truth. And even with people that are supposed to be really nice people, that's it. It's like, oh, Devin, how have you been? You got you got the Voyager. This is okay. And then remainder. Ow. It's probably about my dad. And everybody's saying I was dead. That's probably what that's about. I'm still salty about everybody literally for 3 years hiding out my dad saying I was dead over money. And I gotta go get my dad's remain. Well, they're making arrangements for me to get my dad's remains because my dad's my stepsister's husband put him somewhere and he has to pay to give him back to me. And I gotta work on forgiving him and letting it go, but I'm not forgetting what he did, and I don't care. I'm not forgetting about it. It's probably all about that. I'm still waiting on this money though. Oh, I'm good, Devin. I'm just trying to think positive thoughts about my stepsister's husband and just get my inheritance and my dad's ashes and let karma take care of him and not think negative. Yeah, you can ask a question, Devin. That's why I'm here. I'm here to unwind and get my life together and not be on all these meds and stuff. So, because I don't take pills. This is what I do. This is my pill for today. Mr. Leprechaun. I'm calling him Lucky. Lucky the Leprechaun. I am going to, with this little anime character, put some black in this. Hopefully Friday I don't have to go and my son's going with me. Do you see my social media platform gaining more social status and love coming in? Don't you have enough love around you, Devin? You are like the luckiest person in love I have ever met. I would think it seems like love has a parade around you. But I will do the about your social media and your love. What I've learned on social media, Devin, is the less you care about being popular, the more popular you get. I will tell you that. I don't really care about being popular. I'm up here to chill with everybody, have everybody make some friends, and live my life. And, show everybody the real you, Devin, because there's a lot of fake social media people out here, and everybody wants to do these videos, wants to get the next viral video. The hell with that. Do what is good for you and be different. And that's it. And don't care what people think. I don't care what anybody thinks about what I do because it's your life It's your time that you're spending on the social media. You got to remember that too. And do some shorts. I do like 10 every week. I have 40 shorts and keep doing different things. Keep advertising yourself. You got to advertise yourself every day. I do it on TikTok, I do it on Snapchat, and I do it over here. I love TikTok. I mean they're awesome. They're sometimes toxic, but not everyone there is toxic, but some people over here are toxic. So you just gotta you're gonna have haters and you're gonna have people that like you. But keep doing your shorts, keep putting out videos, and show people the inner you, and everything will fall in place. But I'm pulling up your cards because I mean my world now is I go to work 3 days a week. I've had patients I've been taking care of for 10 years. And no matter how popular I get, I'm going to be there for those sick people I've been with for 10 years. You got to have these personal missions that have something other to do than social media also. It makes you a more well-rounded person. All right, you got a new moon in Scorpio. That's where your energy's at, Devin. I'm picking up, you got fears of not making it in social media. You think that you're going to not be popular. And then you have fears that you're never going to find the one person that completes you. And then you got fears that things may follow through and you have to depend on so many people with this. You got fears that somebody's just going to screw you over. This is what I'm picking from your central energy. And honestly, there probably is people out there trying that it doesn't want to see you successful. That's what people do that are jealous. Jealous people don't want you to feel good about yourself, and they absolutely don't want you to be successful. That is true, because they're not. Misery loves company. My mom used to always say this. She'd say, Michelle, misery loves company, so what are you going to do? So I just ignore it. But you also have a cardinal moon, and this just talks about boldness and being brave, not being afraid of rejection and staring rejection in the face and just saying, F you. This is me. You love me or hate me. That's what you got to do. And you got to do that with your relationships too, Devin. Because if somebody doesn't love you for who you are and you got to pamper them, get rid of them. Because they're not worth keeping around. You should not have to pamper someone and answer to them for their every move. You got to find your own central power and just be like, this is who I am. You don't want to be around me? There's the door. Don't be a doormat. Then there's a full moon. I think I'm wearing the wrong glasses. Oh, Gemini. Full moon in Gemini. This card always talks about answers. And there are answers, and I do see people that are close to you that say they're your friends that are not your friends. And there's people that are your friends, but they don't know how to express certain things with people that you're trusting also. Because they don't want it to backfire. They don't want to be a part of the shit show, as we say in work. Because the shit show's real when it comes to jealous people. It really is. I would evaluate everyone around you, Devin, every single person, and empower yourself. Show strength and bravery, and don't worry about if people like you or not. Someone's going to like you. Who could not like Devin? I mean, come on. But there's going to be a lot of people that don't like you also. So I'm down to cappuccino today. I'm tired as hell. 32 hours and 3 days. So, but yeah, I see greatness coming for you, Devin, but you got to stop caring about what people say and stop caring about these ladies. You know what? You tell these ladies, this is who I am. If you don't like it, go, get what you need, and go. And if it works out, they're not going to leave. And if they're not going to be honest and they're not true and they're not meant to be, they're going to go away. That's how people are in this world. There's very controlling people and non-controlling them. Ones that are showboats and are acting like they're your best friend and hugging you and calling you and everything. Those are the ones that are going to deceive you first. So be careful for those people. All right. You see me getting a job, and this is Max Miriam. Miriam. All right. All right, Miriam. Let me go see about your job sector here. All right, Miriam, you are in a third quarter moon. This talks about adjustments, and I'm picking up it's on schedule and maybe just working different shifts or different hours. And maybe getting something that you really wasn't wanting to work, but you got to work for a little bit. Like those in between jobs. I've had a lot of in between jobs. I've done private care and all this stuff. And I really didn't like doing private patient care. I really did not. It was not fun and it was too dramatic for me hearing about all their problems. And in the medical community, we have HIPAA and all this other stuff, so I'd just rather not be around their prize stuff. But, anyways, you got a new moon in Aries, and talks about being action, being visual, and maybe getting some job apps on your phone. That pop up to tell you who's hiring, who's not, asking around and stuff like that. And then a new moon in Gemini, you got also, and this talks about communication. So you got to keep at it, and if you find a job you don't like, keep looking for another job so you find the one that you're going to keep for a while. But I do see you getting one, but it's going to be a struggle, and it's going to be probably a month or so, and possibly then I just see you might not like that one, but you just got to keep going until you find the one you like. Through my career, through my 51 years in life, I've had like 50 jobs, it seems. Sometimes if you don't like one, go and get another. That's the way of the world. It sucks, but that's how it is. Make sure you save your pennies and go dollars. Well, they're getting rid of the penny here, so I can't say that anymore, but save your currency and you're good. All right. Yeah, you can ask. Yeah, I'm asking. Oh, you're welcome. I wish you all the luck. I really do. You're gonna get a job. Don't worry about it. Yeah, just put the questions in, and if I miss one, just put it in again. I'm not. Sometimes I'm good at getting these. Sometimes not. I get a lot of stuff coming up all the time. What's Harrison think about me? Zaran? Alright, that's summoning. Alright, I can't pronounce that. It's Mekic. Alright, you want to know about what this Zaran thinks about you. Okay, I didn't spy. Okay. He he married. He married other girls. What did he do to the other girls? Did he marry another girl, or is he being mean to other girls? Did he disrespect them or something? This guy? I mean, some people do shitty things in this world. I listen to a lot of these YouTube videos about people that in the past history that were doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the 1600s, and there's a lot of with power people get a lot of bad stuff, and they think that they're like gods, if they get control of any kind of energy. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I just tell the truth. I'm just living my life, and I just try to help other people live their life. That's what I'm here. All right. So you want to know if is this guy like was he mean to other people? I mean, that's what I'm picking up. He disrespected you. Okay, I get it now. There's a lot of people that will disrespect you. I will tell you that. There's a lot of people that will tell you that you're worth nothing, and there's a lot of people that will just go out of their way to be mean to you for no reason. And this is the way of the world. People are corrupt. People, they don't care about humanity. They don't. That's why I'm up here. I speak for humanity. That's why I'm trying to save dogs and everything. So, you want him to contact you. Oh, okay. We'll see what I'll just do a reading on him. And maybe that would just be easier. And then, all right, his energy is in a south node, this guy. And this just talks about not letting the past hold you back. He's has negative feelings of the past. I will tell you that. I'm picking that up. And he does not, he don't want to let it go. And that's where he's at. He's in South Node. He's just in this negative, confusion, chaotic energy field right now. And then he has a full moon of Scorpio about release, and that talks about releasing negativity. And then a full moon in Aries. And there's a fury complex coming towards him. There's people that he has angered around him that want to destroy him, for one, I'm picking up, because they think he's a piece of crap. So maybe when he gets through all of this, he might come back and contact you, but that's a lot to get over. So it really is. Sometimes it's easier just to move on, and when you get through that kind of karma cycle, and just start out new and fresh. I've done it. Sometimes going back to the same thing and hoping the energy will change is sometimes easier said than done. But that's really on him, but he has a lot going on. A lot. So I don't know. It's up to you if you want to wait that long, I guess, is the question. All right, Priya, you want to know what's next? The actions of Sybil for me in coming 2 weeks. It is Sybil, right? Oh, there was a famous case of a lady had multiple personalities, and her name was Sybil, and it was one of the first recorded cases in psychology. And this lady, the psychiatrist, would talk to her when I studied psychiatry, and it was crazy. She would literally be all these different people. I think they were saying she had 40 multiple personalities. That's what I think about when Sybil came. It was a very controversial case, but that poor soul had to live with a life with institutionalized. But all right, you want to know that, and I will get that. Oh, I know it's not that simple, but it reminds me of that. That name came famous with that famous case with the 40 personalities, and a lot of good stuff came out of it. Knowing about different kinds of stuff. All right, all right. This Sybil is in a new moon in Pisces. And this just talks about meditating and contemplating, getting over things, and thinking about your life. This is usually the card that begins a cycle of healing. And the cycle of healing breaks you down. And in this kind of cycle is an ugly cycle to go through to get healed. This breaks you down to where you pretty much everything you thought you were, you're not. It breaks your ego to where it almost makes you want to cry, and your soul burns. And that's it. I mean, this is not the kind of energy I want, and that it just means it's trying to get rid of all of your ego energy. This is where this person's at. And then you got a void of course moon. This just talks about nothing's going to turn up from the situation, which when it means they're probably not going to contact you, because when this cycle comes, it's like a justice cycle. Whatever you've done wrong, you're punished for, and you got to heal, repent to the universe, and make it right. And and that person's also surrounded by a new moon in Leo. It's talking about confidence and confidence to being successful. So this person needs to get rid of their ego and stop feeding on other people and think and believe in themselves more. They got a long this Sybil has a long way to go. So I don't know. That's a long time to wait for anybody, honestly. You only got one life to live. Life expectancy is like what I think before you're in a nursing home and forgetful, like 60. That's the average. So you gotta think of the time you have on Earth before you're reincarnated. Also, you really do. That might be a long time to wait. We'll have to pray for Sybil because that's a really destructive circle they're in. So, I mean, it's up to you. Eventually, you're going to see that person, because whoever wrongs you, when they're done wronging you, they get presented right in front of you. The universe shows that you literally come back and need that one person again. That's how the universe does it, to humble you and humiliate you at the same time. And they do that to people. It's just a thing. That's why I'm always chill. I don't try to do anything to hurt anybody. Even if somebody was a mass murderer out there, I still don't judge. Don't judge unless you want to be judged. It says this in many Bibles. It says this in many universal laws. Judgment is only meant to be done by the universe and not by us. The people that go against these laws, their life turns into a living hell until they stop what they're doing. So, this is what happens. All right, you're welcome, Priya, and I'll pray for you. I really will, because we need to stick together to get through this room. There's a lot of the world's worse than when I was younger. In the 80s, it was great. The 90s was okay, and then the 2000s had some. There's just a whole lot of ugly out there. More than I can remember. There was always ugly, but not like this. Not like this ugly. This ugly is times 1,000 ugly. You don't, this is not the good ugly at all. The ugly people are doing now is ridiculous. All right. All right. Supporting character. When will her back? When will we hear back from about my novel that I sent out on a publishing house? Oh, okay. I know I wrote a book too. I'm waiting on this inheritance to get mine. I'm going to self publish mine. A book writer. We're kindred souls supporting character. I've been I've been a writer since I was 10. I wrote all these stories and they were published, and I won money when I was 10 on Inspector Sunday when Inspector Gadget came out. As I read them all. And then my dad had me read 20 questions for the writer, and then I read J.R. Tolkien, The Hobbit. I love books. I love literature. I believe that that's why I'm so big on the truth, because I'm a writer. And truth is what we have to live in. And we have to believe in ourselves, and I love writing. We are very kindred souls. I'm glad you came on here. I don't get a lot of writers. Me too. You like writing, and I was very little, but I wasn't having. Yeah, I've been having problems getting things through and trusting my first novel, Lily in the Darkness, but now I've been looking at things where you can self publish. And I'm doing that because I have a 500-page book that's already written, but that's your baby when you get it out. And you don't want no one stealing your idea. Because for a writer, if someone steals your idea and writes that, it's like they took your lifeline and how you're supposed to prove it. So maybe Amazon, you can always try. I'm trying Amazon. I'm going to pay for mine to get published on Amazon. I'm going to let them control the money from the books I sell also, because I trust Amazon at this moment in time, because everyone else, they say if you give more than one or two chapters of your book and too much of your idea out, that they could take it. And there's people that have taken other people's book ideas, because I will tell you one thing, book writers are rare now. They're rewriting things because nobody has anything new to write about. There's no more. There used to be a lots of writers, but not no more. Now if somebody has a good idea, they'll say that they're only going to give you 40% of the profit or this or that. And then sometimes they say they didn't like it, and then all of a sudden you see a book that's almost like yours that gets written. And it's nasty as hell, but they steal things from you. And my book is like the most important thing, because it took me years to write it. And that would be my thing. And I can always keep you updated on Amazon stuff, because as soon as I get some inheritance money, I'm just doing it myself. I don't trust anybody with any of that. If you find anybody that's trustworthy in your travels, please let me know, because I need a publishing company that's actually not going to steal things from me. And I get they got to take a percentage, but I'm not having someone take 60%. I'm not. That's crazy talk right there. But on your book, you got a full moon of Capricorn with this writing venture of yours, and I'm very excited for you. Us writers have a hard road. We got a hard path in life, especially now. People want to steal ideas all the time. But this just means this is the end of a tough cycle. And it is. When you write a book and You're getting illustrations ready because I'm going to be doing my own illustrations. It is a tough cycle, and you feel like, and your energy's in that book, so I get it. You're done with it, and you just want to get it out there. You got a dissembling moon. This just talks about taking time and breathing out. Take a time for yourself. Have a cappuccino, relax, and stay away from the toxic people. If they're too toxic, just wave some, get one of those sage things. They have sprays, like little tiny little sprays that you put out, little sage sprays. Spray some, just sage them and move on. Then you got a full moon in Scorpio. And I'm picking up that you have a lot of negativity around this because and not a bad negativity, it's just you're scared. You don't think it's going to go far. And I'm picking up that you're just, because if you write a book out there, put all your energy and it goes nowhere, it's like the final assault. I get it. I'm there with you. But I'm picking up, just kind of let all that stuff go, and you're going to have to secure it with somebody that's going to actually distribute it well. So I'm picking up you need to do a lot of different research and maybe try to pay for copyrights, or even if you have to, save up. I think it's only like $300 or $400 or something like that to do that. I'm probably gonna go for the whole $1,000 just to get it all done in an ebook, and then I have enough artwork for until the cows come home. So that's gonna be a lot of my illustrations, and you could do the digital copies for cheaper. I would go digital first. Try to do some social media. Writers have to have social media because how are you supposed to get out there? And who's gonna wanna buy it if they don't know who the hell you are? You gotta have that too. And I would not, some writer that I don't know about, I wouldn't want to. I buy books from. I do the ebooks all the time. I buy their books because I support writers, because I am a writer. But some people only do it if they really know the person, or if they just really vibe with them. And social media over here, I've noticed on YouTube, there's a lot of writers in these sectors that advertise themselves through here with different channels. And I was even looking into over here in YouTube, like once you get it published and stuff, you can have it in your shorts, like certain chapters of your book where you're actually getting money for certain chapters. That's an idea for you. That is a really good idea, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing once I get this figured out with Amazon. Because I figure Amazon has to be my new best friend. I know that they always have my money all the time. I always put on large orders, and I've never been screwed over by Amazon, not once. So, but that's just me. But just be careful. Be very careful. And I wish you all the luck, because all of us writers, we got to stick together. If we don't stick together, who's going to stick up for us? I mean, it is what it is. Oh, you're welcome. You are very welcome. And like I said, that's why I'm saving up. Sometimes that's what you gotta do in this world. Stephen King, it was different. He was doing it from a typewriter in the 70s. But now writing's a whole new ball game. It's changed. It really has. I don't know if it's for the bad or the good. Sometimes you just gotta kind of be there with the changing. of times. Alright, I'm taking my soft pastel black just to get all these nice little details. Because this is one of my goals why I do all this, because I'm going to be doing my own illustrations, and I'm going to thinking about writing a children's book about me and Chong. So I could sketch a wolf, so I'm thinking about sketching me and Chong walking, because that's what we do, and I'm pretty much that's officially what I am over here, a dog walker. And the crazy thing is, we're in a tariff war with China, and they was my biggest audience. The only reason anybody knows anything about me is because of China. They love my dog. And now I'm just in this unique position where China, I think, is blocked from the United States. It's crazy. Okay, what the universe. This is about you and your psyche. Oh, God. I'm afraid to find this out. Self love and beauty. Do not be ashamed, not of your thorns or your flowers. Oh, well, that's good. I guess the universe knows I have issues. I think everybody in the world knows I have issues these days. I mean, how can you not have issues when you got people saying you're dead? And you're not dead, obviously. If I'm dead, then I'm a very good zombie. Laugh out loud. I guess that does make sense, Stephanie. I don't know when this damn money is going to come, because it would be nice if it came, but that I don't. I stay humble. The universe doesn't like people that aren't humble. This is the God's honest truth, and I'm not trying to be on the bad side of the universe. Not at all. If you concentrate too much on money, that's the first thing the universe will take from you. I have seen that through my life firsthand. I will say that. I've seen people that in my past when I was younger that did some shitty things to humanity, and they got screwed in the ass. Let's say that. About the money, worries of the battle of tributes. Take steps towards positive change and potential. Well, I know it's coming, Stephanie. They go to prison if they don't give me all this money from the stuff. Then you got the young unity, balanced energy, manifestation. You are moving with the divine flow. Now moving with alignment. Does this mean the money's coming? Because I already taught my dad and my mom have not left. I thought my dad left when Ozzy died, but no, he's here. And my mom is always here now. So he was very upset when she died. I don't know. Does that mean my dad wants me to do positive, happy things with the money? I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. To me, I think it's cursed. All this situation's cursed. I lose 3 years of my dad's life when I work hospice. I feel jaded. I'm not gonna lie. I go to work and I see all the happy people taking care of their people before they die, and they get all this time with their family, and I got nothing. But I love my residents, so I try not to be jaded and things, because I know it's not fair to other people, but somehow I just hope that this Vincenzo gets his, because it's a sacred time he took away from me. It's very sacred. And you got it, the yang, unity, balanced energy. have no into alignment. I don't know. Maybe that means that when the money comes, it'll be everything will be settled in my life. I do wanna. I do want to create positive change with it. I don't really want to use it for personal gain. I do want to invest a little money just for security, but I'm not going on a shopping spree, Stephanie. Not at all. I'm gonna wear the same clothes because I have a lot of clothes. I'm wearing the same things that I always wear, and I'm not going to. I'm gonna pretend I do not have money because I've heard from people that are very wealthy. Oh, you're welcome, my writing friend. But yeah, I've heard from a lot of people that are wealthy that to not let things get you down when you get the money. And if you pretend you got money, then it gets ugly. So for my wealthy friends, I take that advice. That's all I'm just, and I just really, I don't know how this man could be a lawyer still, but he still has to go to the Veterans Association, though, Stephanie. Still has to go there. And it's against the law for an honored veteran for him to do what he did because my dad was a veteran also and a honored soldier. They might investigate him. Honestly, that's what they do. And all these lawyers, they think they know about one side of the law. There's medical law, and I think everybody forgets about the medical law. The medical law is very prominent since COVID, and he's broke a lot of medical laws. I will tell you that. There's a lot of medical laws this man has broke. And it's terrible what he did. And I get that his son committed suicide and I get that his wife died. I get it. And it's terrible and I feel bad. But I could have helped him maybe. Maybe I could have. But he never gave anyone the option to help him. He just decided to be guilty, to be nasty and mean. And God doesn't like ugly. These must be my painting ones. These actually have paint on them, these markers. I'll just use these on the outside. But yeah. And then I'm dealing with all of this legal stuff, all of it, because what he did was highly illegal to me. And he has a lawyer's license, so. And they're not. And if you get caught doing illegal things, and he took remains he was not supposed to take. That's illegal to take remains. That's not. It's property. He literally broke the law, Stephanie. It's crazy. I don't know how somebody that breaks the law is still going to court and taking care of other clients, but my case is not closed. And I do know this from other lawyers. What he did was illegal. And I've talked to like 20 other lawyers because I'm a curious person and I do not like when people are nasty. And I don't like when they don't respect humanity or human life. I don't like it. And I come back and bite like a scorpion. I just don't care. Because deep down I'm a healer. That's what I do. I heal, I help people with mental and physical. And I'm there for people. I mean, God, I went to McDonald's and I bought my residents a couple of them that were as depressed about life, and I bought them breakfast sandwiches. This is what I do. People in my work think I'm insane because they don't do that. But it's that or people call you a prison guard. And I like to let people know I am not their prison guard. And this is how I do it. I literally gave people good deodorant, And this is what I do. See, sometimes I like the pastel ones. I don't know. I would just like to know that justice was served to me or is being served to me, and I would probably feel better about a whole lot about it knowing that it was illegal. And I've talked to a lot of people in his community, and I'm hoping once he gets to the VA where it's really going to come to light, it explodes. Because honestly, you just can't. A soldier, because my dad was a sniper, that's the thing. You can't tell the U.S. government, one of their own, especially being a sniper and all that, was supposed to get a 21 gun salute. You don't know where they're at, or you didn't tell their daughter that they were sick. And that's what he did. That is absolutely what he did. And the U.S. government doesn't play with their snipers. Not at all. So, I guess I'd like to know if there's going to be any resolution where my dad getting some damn justice, because my dad served in Vietnam. He did a lot for his country, and this is how he gets repaid by his second wife's, his stepdaughter's husband, screwing him over, trying to take all of his money. And it's not right. Okay. Oh, hi, how you doing? Yeah, I'm trying new things. I mean, I'm a writer and a medical person, but I do enjoy, honestly, doing social media, and I love making dog movies. That's why I've always really been a dog walker. I really like doing it, and I love artwork. I love a lot of stuff about art. So I do try to do new things, and I do try to have fun. It's almost like a video diary what I do here, because I see a lot of people, because I take care of the sick, and I just see a lot of people that regret, they wish they had a way of remembering what they said at a certain time in their life. So I said, why not just go on YouTube and start a bunch of live streaming, and if I feel like whatever I feel like doing, I just do. Okay, I'm trying to fix this hand up. It might not be perfect, but that's okay. Practice it makes perfect with pastel and anime. It really does. I'm like the damn queen of anime. I love it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna put the pinky over there. You're gonna have stubby things here. Oh, you like it? I don't know. These hands are. I'm trying to fix up my little anime guy's hands. But I'm really big on people not getting justice. I really am. Especially good people. I hate when good people just don't get any justice, and everybody says, oh, well, they got money, there's nothing you can do. In the Middle Ages, that was the story. It was a story that was, God, that was the unwritten history. All these people that were absolute monarchs were, God, raping little kids and doing all this shit, and nobody could do anything because they were the monarch. And it just seems like history is repeating itself over and over and over again with some of these people in the world. And it turned in from monarchs to politicians and now lawyers. Laugh out loud. And the thing is why I thought the Middle Ages were gone. I absolutely thought all this that this crap was a thing of the past. I guess it wasn't, but I don't know. I absolutely hate when people are they act like this. All right, I'm putting this here. I mean, his eyes are gonna go this way. He is drinking. This is what happens when you drink. You have crazy expressions. We're just gonna go with that for this drawing. He's my crazy drunk leprechaun. I mean, around St. Patrick's Day, everybody drinks, so why not the leprechauns, right? Laugh out loud. I sketched this out before, so all I gotta do is do this and just trace around things. Because I did the shading, and I like doing the pastels, and I do tiny lines. You don't want it overly defined. You don't. Alright. Alright, there's his tongue. He's gonna be a fun leprechaun. There we go. Just make him kind of fun. Alright. Alright. It's a good way to pull it. Everyone needs some encouragement, but also have to watch out your people are cloaking your energy out there. The world needs a good set how to view it. People feel entitled to believe a certain way. They really do. I know people are trying to cloak my energy. That's why I don't ever lie. I mean I don't care. I mean if you like me, and I'm not here for money. I'm here for just for the better good. And if I'm meant to have money, I'll get it. If I'm not, I'm not. And I'm okay either way. And I think people in the world forget that we are meant for more bigger things. And I feel that everybody thinks just because they have money, they're the best. I mean, these people that have these power relationships, they get married and they go into wealth. A lot of times, their families they will stay with them because money's there, but generally they don't have love. And it's absolutely true. It was true of a lot of the Kennedys. That family's known for money, and that's what happens. So, alright. You got a question? I'll put it in. Oh, I'm good. I am good. I am here with you guys. I am finishing my artwork and stuff, and life is good. Sometimes you gotta appreciate the little things in life. If you don't appreciate the little things in life, it's not good. You fall behind, you lag, and people take things from you little by little. And I don't allow people to take things from me. No, I don't sell it. I could be a lot better. I don't feel I'm even good enough to sell my artwork right now. I'm an okay artist. I wouldn't call myself talented. I'm just I'm just someone that could draw that's trying to figure out how to paint. I have my friend she is a professional oil painter. She's gonna come and help me. You never know. People do buy strange things. They do. But I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it for just for the love of art. And I do have a friend that, like I said, that's a really good oil painter. She's truly talented. She can't do she sketches, but she can't do the pastel work. And I told her I would show her the pastels, and I have these canvases that were donated, and she's going to help me with these. Now I'm gonna make some candles. I do love my candle making. I have a, I do enjoy that a lot. But when life gets me down, you can always make candles. There's always something to do in life to make yourself feel better. All right, go get that going. All right, what is it? Montaigne, does John have feelings for me? I will do a reading on John to see what John is. It's easier just to pull the energy on the person to figure it out. It's less confusing with the energy and the spirits and everything all around, at least for me. I'd rather just pull the energy from the exact person through another person. All right. Let's see here. All right. This John is in a new moon in Libra, and it signifies he's in a new romantic cycle. So, and that would signify you and him. And the spirits are telling him to hold vision. There's certain things that he wants and feels that he could bring to the table and things of that sort. So he's trying to I see here that he's trying to just live his best life. And then he's surrounded by a full moon in Cancer. And this talks about a personal issue that reaches resolution. And I feel that this personal issue is family and financial related. And he's just battling with it, but he doesn't really say anything. I mean, honestly, he probably I'm picking up he has feelings, but beginning feelings, like honeymoon type thing. Like when you first get together. Everybody loves everybody in the beginning, but after you've been through a couple things, sometimes things change and people's feelings change. But he's right where he needs to be right this second. So, right now he does, but you got to see him through it. I mean, they say you really don't know if you truly love someone unless you've been with them for a year or two. You can't just say I slept with this person and they're everything and we only been together 5 months. That's not a long time. No. You gotta, if you guys are still after a year getting along, then maybe. But it takes about a year to find all that out. And I'm speaking from a clinical sense and a spiritual sense. Because that's the cycle of relationships. It takes about a year to find out what's going to happen. That's why it's so damn chaotic, love. And I say this, and that's why I don't put so much into it. And it's one of those things you can't control. It's just gonna come and it's gonna happen. It's gonna swoop in like the Reaper in the Still of the Night, and it's just gonna be there or it's not. It's one of those things that'll drive you crazy. Oh, hi, Tanita. I think it's Tanita. Okay, your you want to pull a card for the month of August. So you want a general reading for the month of August then. I could do that. But yeah, you guys gotta remember that love's very chaotic. Love changes and love gets tested. It gets tested all the time. Spirits energy, the one, the God, the light God, whatever you want to say. It's like, because it's a potential for new life to come. Every time you decide you want to have sex with somebody and things, you're allowing them a fertilization of a new life. So the light one is always interested in your business because a baby could be born. And when this happens, it goes through testing periods. It absolutely does. And it takes about a full year to course. And sometimes if you get pregnant right away and that person switches up, then you get separated or you come together. And it's never really up to us. If a new life comes into this earth because of our union with anybody, that's when they get involved, because it's not about you, it's about the baby. And then even if you love that person to death and the universe thinks the baby's going to suffer, that is when they will humiliate the person doing something to endanger the baby or whatever, just give the baby a bad life. And then on top of that, that's what they do. They're constantly always watching over the next birth, because that's what they're in charge of, is life. So let's see where you're at here. And I do want to reiterate that, because I think everybody thinks that we're always in control of love. We're not. Not at all. Love is out of our control, and that is why. That's why the devil doesn't like love, because he can't control it. Love is life. Love leads to new life. And that's why the devil cannot control it. And it's probably good they don't, because I wouldn't want that part of my spirituality to be controlled by something dark. But your general reading, Tanita, is in a new moon in Pisces. And this talks about meditating and contemplating, which pretty much in layman's normal people terms means just to relax and try to think of what you want, your goals, what you want, and to go forward and try to make them happen, which is good, because goals are good. Goals keep us centered. Goals keep our spirit, keep us balanced with our spirit and our physical and our spirituality. They do. That's why I always do these short-term goals of artwork every day. This is why. It keeps me centered. And you got to do stuff to keep you centered. And you are surrounded in the month of August by a new moon in Leo. And this talks about having confidence and success. And it's signifying you don't have confidence and you think you're going to fail, which a lot of us do. I mean, what can you do? I mean, I have these kind of things all the time, but I try not to let it get to me. Then you have the full moon Sagittarius also, Tanita, and that talks about looking at the bigger picture. Yes, you may not have a lot of nice things. You might have bills. You might have problems. You might have past love life that's left scars on your soul, which I do see the scars on your soul, Tanita. But you got to rise above all the bullshit, and to survive in this world. I have many scars on my soul from past loves, but I cried it out, got it out, and it's made me a lot stronger. So the universe just is seeing I see a new start for you in August if you let all the negative energy out and start healing from your past scars. That I do see. And I'm in the same boat, so don't think I don't practice what I don't preach, Tanita. I don't. I totally am here. I'm in that energy field, and I'm surpassing, and I'm going to get through all of it because that's all there is to it. So, may I know what waits for me coming towards me in August? Okay. And Nina? Yeah, I can do yours now. But yeah, don't be discouraged if you're not doing great. Nobody is always meant to do great. When you're reincarnated from one life to another, you're not always meant to be successful in one. If you were really successful another lifetime, maybe another lifetime you're meant to have a mediocre career. The thing is, you're meant to keep your light. I like to call it the spark. That little spark when I see souls, I always see a little tiny light in people, or sometimes I see darkness, and darkness is when people gave up their light. When you give up your light, that is when all your problems happen. You can't let anything like that happen to you. You really can't. Because only you can extinguish your own light. That's why there's always dark suggestions. You're not going to make it. You're no good. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not good looking enough. All those are negative things. You were made in an image that the light one made for you, and that light one wants you to persevere and move on and do what you need to do and bring goodness to the realm. And you're supposed to go back. You are not supposed to go back in another spot. You're supposed to go back to where the you're supposed to go back to good things, not bad things. And that's what the light one wants. And people will lie in between, but you are in a void of course moon. I see you in a situation right now going on, and you're in the middle of, I feel it's a domestic, not like a bad love situation where you were scorned and things were going on and people were lying and things like that. I am picking that up. And it's left a imprint on you. And then all these stuff does leave imprints on everybody. They really do. They leave imprints on a lot of things. But the cards, your energy is saying that nothing's going to come out of this situation. You just got to let it go. You got to let go of all that negativeness and things that happen to you. And you do have to forgive. So, Nina, you do got to forgive. But you don't have to forget. I had to forgive someone that said I was dead and took away 3 years of my dad's life. I did forgive him, but I don't have to forget. So just remember that. Don't ever forget it, but forgive. All the time. You have to do that. And then you're surrounded too in August by a south node. And this talks about the past leaving you behind. I mean, you just holding on to the past, holding on to past beliefs and things. We're meant to move forward all the time for new things. We really are. Then you're also surrounded in this reading by a full moon in Aries. And this just talks about a fury complex. And it just means coming to a point where you have to let go things or it might go negative. So that's what I'm picking up. And I mean, it's not bad. It just means people gotta let go of bad things. So, and it's not a bad thing. We all go through this because this realm gives us shitty things, bad people, and bad karma cycles. You don't want that. So, Oh, you guys are confused. Oh, I did just finished your reading, Mina, and then I did Tanita's before that. I pick up the whole energy. It's easier for me just to pick up on the energy field. And I'm not trying to say I'm special or anything. It's just we all have these energy and people that try to eat off our energies. And that's what happens all through this realm of existence. I'm putting on my candle bulbs now. And you gotta guard, you do gotta guard energy, but you don't think about it all the time to where it's driving you crazy either. You shouldn't do that because it will literally drive you crazy. And it will. I mean, if I let everything drive me crazy is going on, I'd be crippled. Crippled with grief and everything. And a lot of people, that's what happens. Oh, well, thank you. I'm not sick no more. I had a real bad infection in my jaw. Real bad one, and I ended up getting surgery on my jaw and stuff, and I'm doing much better. So thank you, and I appreciate that. That's why some of the pictures that I took before when I was trying to do my social media, I kind of hid my face because my face was getting like a grayish tone to it. It wasn't kind of what I wanted, but I was battling a couple things. I had the right surgeon, so I got fixed up, and the universe wanted me around, so obviously, or I wouldn't have survived all that. But I'm glad to be here, and that's why I want to service everybody. Yeah, you can get a read. That's what I'm here for. So I want to help everybody because, when you get so much help, you got to give back, and I actually like to help. I'm in the medical field, so that's what we do. We help. I just throw these essential oils in here. This is cherry blossom. I like to make all these candles. My friend says that I made a bunch like a set for her, and she said that I should throw a candle party and sell all the things that I make. I just feel it's better if you make your own things because it's cheaper and it's nicer, and it shows that we don't need to make everything that's so eco unfriendly. I was watching these videos because I'm very passionate about animals. Anybody that's seen my channel knows how much I am passionate about animals. These zookeepers were attacked because they were abusing these animals. And the thing is, we live in a horrible world, and these animals were superior. We can encage them. We control their life, and we do horrible things. So you want to know. All right, Herman's energy for me. Vital. She is thinking we are separated. Oh, well, that's not good. It's saying 0 over here. I don't know if you're still here. Before I do this, Shiraj, let me know you're still here and just put another question in because it's saying I got 0. And I'm not sure if you got disconnected or whatever happened. So let me know. I'm going to start doing my coloring here for my candles. Oh, you are? Okay. It says 0. I don't know why it says 0 sometimes. Sometimes it says 0 and people are there, and sometimes it says 1. Sometimes I see 8. Yeah, you can ask a question, P. I'm here. I figured I'd finish the Leprechaun and make some candles, and it'd be enough time for everybody. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of little glitches sometimes when you're on this and I'm used to Facebook where it's because I did a lot of live streaming over there, and TikTok where everybody's handle comes in all the time, and over here it's just a little different, so I got to get used to stuff. I really do, because this is the big time when you're able to do live streams over here. You made it, so everything's a little different because you talk to people all around the world. It's just the way it is. So what can you do? And sometimes there's, I guess, tech glitches, and then I get confused over here. So it is. So I'm learning. I still haven't went back to Facebook. There's all kinds of hacking and stuff going on there. I'm gonna probably hire somebody for that. All right, you wanted to? I'm gonna picking up Herman's. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. All right, I'm just gonna turn that off so it don't get too hot. Herman's energy field now is in a new moon in Capricorn, and this just talks about she's working on. It's hard work paying off. That's what the card really means. But I'm picking up that she is now working on financial stuff. She's so worried about money. She's so worried about failing. She's worried about failure and not being good enough for anybody. She has a lot of self-doubt. But I don't know why she feels this way because she's doing okay. And then she's surrounded by a new moon in Taurus. And this just talks prosperity. This is a prosperity card. And from all her little throwing herself into work and this and that, she's going to have a monetary gain. But she's replacing and ignoring her emotional. She's trying to literally forget about all the emotional with trying to get herself together. Which, I mean, it's good she's not on drugs or anything, but she's throwing herself into work, pretty much. It's healthy, but not healthy, but it's healthier than some people are going about life. Then she also is surrounded by a new moon in Virgo. And this just talks about giving rather than taking. And hers is not so much, I'm picking up of a monetary gain. It's more of an emotional gain. She just feels hurt and her self-esteem's low and she's in her head and she takes everyone's advice and things, but she doesn't listen. She listens, but she doesn't really go forth and do what you're supposed to do, which is face what you need to face, because you got to face the situation ahead of you. And she's not facing the situation. She has a lot of avoidance going on her. About you, I'm picking up she's confused and she doesn't, and if it's not meant to be, her thoughts are pretty much she's gonna see what goes on and just let it either leave or stay because she doesn't want to deal with heartache or rejection. That's what I'm picking up about you. And she's just throwing herself into work. So, I don't know, maybe she'll find out in some way that she cares about you. I don't know. I mean, sometimes when you're going through that kind of thing, it gets very, sometimes you get very emotional. And then when it comes to the part of being what I like to be in the total love phase, sometimes it's a scary feeling. And sometimes people just don't want to be bothered with things like that. I don't know why. I feel that it's good to feel things like that because that's what we're here for, is to make connections. And some people are afraid of those connections because they're afraid of rejections. I'm gonna grab these scissors so I can put these wicks in. And I need this one, this cup here. I should put my little wick thing in there too. But maybe just try to reach out for her, reach out time after time and just see where it goes. Maybe she'll change her mind. Women do this a lot. They totally change their mind. So, alright. I don't know what this is. This is my bakery seasonings. But, I mean, maybe just let her know you're there too. Oh, you posted? Okay. Oh, hello. Nada? Or Nod? Alright. You want to know. I'm going to see Mark getting back to my messages. If he's been very long, not sure what to do. Okay, is this a new? I'm picking up this is a new love in your life. You have a lot of love going on in your life, my friend P. Alright. A little bit of this. I like to mix all my flavorings and come up with different smells. It's very therapeutic to do this stuff. It really is. I love it. Alright. I just got this bakery fragrance oil set because I just thought it was fun. Alright, P, let me get to you now. Alright, you want to see if Mark is getting back. Why don't we I'm just going to do a whole thing and just what Mark is doing, and then we can find out. Because it just seems easier. So we'll just do that. Alright. Alright, so now, get this, let's put on my lap. Alright, Mark is in a new moon in Virgo. And this energy field means that he's taking more than he's giving. I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I think he's just, his energy is so depleted, he's taking people's energy and advice and not exerting his own power out there in the universe. And people do that. It's not that they're trying to be mean or malicious, it's just what happens. Some people don't know how to handle their own energy. And then he is in a fixed moon. And this talks about he's about holding visions, but he doesn't think, he has a very low self-esteem and doesn't think that some things can be done. Pretty much, long story short. And then he's also surrounded by New Moon in Libra. And this talks about romantic cycles. And romantic cycles doesn't mean he's seeing someone else. It just talks about he has a new romantic cycle. And I'm picking up he's scared because he don't know if he wants full commitment or a little commitment, and he doesn't know if he can handle things he gets. So that's what I'm picking up about that. I'm just picking up a lot of confusion. Of he's undecided about a lot of different things and events. So I'm not sure with that if he's going to choose to call or not, or what the timing is going to be, he eventually is going to have to call. That's logic telling you. But with that kind of stuff going on, I don't know how long it's going to be. It's the thing. So I think there is something going on. I don't know what it is. It's just he's very he's just really weird in the world of what he's thinking. But you know what? People go through these things. I mean, if he calls you back, don't be all negative about it. Just be like, hey, I was waiting for your call. Where you been? That's what I would do. Because you don't want to be too, like, when he does call, like, why didn't you call type thing. You don't want to be too pressing. Because he just may call back. I don't see any women or anything. It's just his own self esteem. He's his own worst demon, P. I understood people go through issues. I do. Hey, you're at the issue queen here, P. I got more issues than there's tissue boxes in the world. I get it. See, sometimes I like to drop the dye right in here. Not in the kettle, but right here. And you just drop it in and you can get like a multi-scented candle and stuff. Yeah, you can ask. But yeah, we all go through issues. So don't hold it against them for having issues because, God, we would be our own worst hypocrite, P, if we did. God, if I was to judge anybody on being needy, oh my God, I might as well just go hang it up because it is what it is there, but I cannot judge these things because I go through enough neediness for 100 people sometimes. So these are going to be nice. The colors are staying separate. I like when the colors stay separate. I just tell my friends that I'll be bringing candles. Alright, you need clarification about. Okay, I got UP and Swati? A savant? I don't. Svani. Savani. Okay, I'm hoping that's right. How does AV feel about me currently? I need clarification. Well, how about we just find out what he's doing? Because that would just be easier. How he feels about life in general. Because I can't get into his inner soul and find out what he actually feels and doesn't feel. That's a sacred process that's guarded by the one. So, but I can I can tell you what he's doing and the current energy field is in. I can't do that, but some things I can. So, all right. He is now in a full moon eclipse. And this just talks about conclusions within reach. He has a lot of questions that have not been answered, a lot of life things that he's going through that he would like answers to, and he's just not getting them because he's not allowing his soul. He's not freeing out emotions for that to get his answers. And this is what happens a lot. He's also in a North Node, which is surprising. And this talks about stepping out of comfort zones and to other zones and showing his true self. And then he got a blue moon. And this just talks, I like to call this the hope card. And this just talk about believing the possible. I feel that this person has a low self-esteem and he's been hurt a lot, I'm picking up. And he's very cautious with his feelings and things of that sort. And he's not trying to move too quickly in any kind of relationship because he wants it to be lasting. So I'm not picking up that he dislikes you. He does love you, but it's in the level one. It's not one of those loves where his life would be devastated without you, because that's usually 5 years of marriage when that comes. Or just a 5 year commitment or longer. I have these spools I use for this also. You guys can learn to make some fun candles. Everybody says I make good candles. But, I mean, I wouldn't count them out yet, Swati. I wouldn't. So where is he in the beginning of the cycle? He's in the beginning. And that's not a horrible thing. I mean, if he gets through this cycle, he'll have all he needs to kind of move on and become a stronger person. Which you want, which is good, because we're not all meant to be strong. We're not God. We never will be God. And I really don't think I want to ever be God, honestly. Alright, this is so hard to get this Wiccan sometimes. Sometimes I move this around that. Sometimes I swirl these things around. Oh well. I mean, there's no way anybody can do that, because no one can find out how you feel about things, because the universe always regards our feelings for us, so only we know, and others don't find out what's in our true self. And really, that's our little privacy thing. It's like the HIPAA of the universe. So I could tell you what he's doing, what he's going through, but it's up to him and his life cycle, who he wants to have a baby with and stuff. And in the end, that's his test. So, because they do want a baby, I am picking up that. The universe would like a child to be born. So, that's all I know. And when the universe wants a child to be born, they will test a relationship. They will test it till the cows come home. They will, and that is a true fact there, my friend. Because there's souls that are dying and souls that need to be born. And everybody chooses who their mom and dad are going to be. So there's, beyond us and our human drama, they got to have, there's souls that need to be born. And they watch who's a good candidate to take care of a new soul that needs to come into this realm. So, and I feel that you and this fella I'm picking up, are part of the ones he wants to do. That they want a child to come. Which is good if you want children. I have 2 boys, and sometimes they could be annoying. I will tell you that. Yeah, you can ask a question. And these are going to be fun and different colored candles. I have so much cups. I have an affliction with cups. I don't go buying them. It's just, I end up acquiring them. And I give them away or something. It's crazy. I have a lot of stuff going on with cups. And I do like them. Oh, I'm waiting for your question, hun. Or put it on in. I'm just having my little coffee time now. Then after this, laugh out loud, I'm gonna get more footage for my photography. I'm going out with my dog and taking more pictures because I love photography. I love to go outside and and to see the earth for what it is. My one resident that's a photographer, laugh out loud, he told me that I have an artist eye. That's why I'm good at photography. I see a tree and I take a picture of it in a certain way. Oh, hi, Karan. How are you? I haven't seen you for a fat minute. Well, I haven't heard from you in a fat minute. They used to say all that when I was younger. I haven't seen you for a fat minute. Can you give me advice on how to balance my money? I have medical bills. I have an income that can't work because of health issues. Well, what country are you from? I guess we'll start there because every country has these different rules about the medical bills. Because people bother me about bills too. The Netherlands. What I would do is, I don't know how they do things there, but in the US, you pay a little bit every month. Or sometimes you can just declare bankruptcy. So, I mean, I would start looking around in that area because I have a lot of medical bills too. Mine just, and sometimes they eventually go away and then you get back credit. So, you're facing financial issues as well. Oh, geez, Karan. I tried to have stable career and financial stability. You know, sometimes, Karan, it's sadly the universe. This is a human thing with all this financial stuff. The universe doesn't even like the way we glorify money because it though when we focus on society like that, it isn't good for us. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, and I could do reading for you, but honestly, I would just maybe just talk to. I know that I do a lot of financial stuff, but what I end up doing is just I would put a little money aside in an investment account and don't touch it. You could do that. And there's certain kind of investments you can make. And just a little bit of money. Not a lot. I know there's some kind of thing. And I would talk to like maybe somebody that has a lot of knowledge of money around where you're at that could tell you about what to invest in. And don't invest a lot at a time. Just little bits at a time. And when it starts making money, put more money into it. That's what I'm going to be doing soon whenever I get this money. I'm not going on a spending spree. I'm going to be going investing on it. So it's easier to invest than to go hog wild and be spending. But Karan, your reading for August is in a third quarter moon? No, new quarter moon. First quarter moon, sorry. This talks about commitment being tested. And commitment just means just people want to see if you're all in. Because some people saying, that some people say one thing and do another type thing. So there's people around you that just wonder if you're doing your part. Then you're surrounded by a new moon in Pisces. And this just talks about meditating, contemplating, or just thinking about your life and where you want it to go in layman's terms. And then you got a full moon in Sagittarius that tells you to look at the bigger picture and what you have accomplished instead of what you haven't accomplished. Because I haven't accomplished a lot of things in my life, but I have done some things that are good. And sometimes, if we focus on the things in our life that literally we haven't done, we just don't give credit to the things that we have done. So maybe just try to celebrate your little victories, Karan, and maybe just do small investments and start small and move out bigger. Because that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't have a car, I don't own a house, but if I get a little money, I'm just going to. I have done some things that were good. I'm just going to focus on what I've done good and try to work on the rest. But that's what I would do, and try to stay away from people that are saying that you're not doing as good as you need to do, because you're doing as good what you need to do right now. And that's the God honest truth. You can't let people be negative with you. So, what can. Well, see, there you go. You're grateful and you have. That's where I'm at. I'm grateful and I have food and a roof over my head and a nice apartment. And I'm able to have that, and that's sometimes better than nothing. And you're always going to have your day in the sun. Just remember that. But you can't be greedy. When you're greedy about things, that's when bad things happen and not good things. Oh, hello. How are you doing? Blamika? Hello, Blamika. Okay, will be selected in Iraq. Is that right? IRA in my first attempt. Okay, what is this here? FDA. Is it FDA? Is that a test or something? IRDIA. Okay. Is that like? I mean, I'm from America, so I don't know about some of the stuff. Is that like a title or a certification? It's an exam for getting into a good organization. Okay. And it's a 3-staged exam. Oh my God. That is awesome. You're doing good things. You're doing more than me. I'm going to pray for you. Wow. I'll do a reading on this exam for you. But yeah, I would definitely get a crystal quartz, a clear one, and start manifesting, nailing that test and everything. You're very underconfident at the moment. See, if you're underconfident before you take a test, I know this from college. I'm going to do your reading too, but if you're underconfident and you're not, and you don't think you're going to make it, you're going to double when you go to take that test. You're going to be double check. You're going to be double guessing if you were actually right. And when I was told by college professors that relax and clear yourself, and usually the first thing that comes to your head is the right answer if you're relaxed. You have to relax. And do flashcards. Flashcards are so great. Get a do a bunch of flashcards wherever you go. Just start putting cards by you. It's for getting a government job. Oh, well, see, you need some flashcards. If you need to, do the flashcards while you're cooking dinner or whatever. Just go over the flashcards. I did that all through advanced chemistry. I did it. It was so nice. And then I used to relax. And I wouldn't get high. Some people say if you smoke some marijuana before that, you'll be better. Don't get high. Just literally just relax. And if you have to, drink some herbal tea. Make sure you have a good breakfast. That's what everybody used to tell me. And go in there and take some deep breaths. Some people meditating helps. That's it. But that's what I would do. And I mean, it'll be a lot easier for you to relax and really think about what the right answer is, and then you won't be second guessing yourself. I took a test and I was all nervous, and I knew half the answers, and my ass got a C. And I could have got a B or an A, but it was because I was overthinking. That could be your worst enemy. And I'm telling you that advice because I went through a bad exam in my life, and it was a finals for my chemistry. And I wish I relaxed, but I didn't. But lesson learned, I guess. But your whole exam, the energies in full moon in Aries. And this just talks about when a pivotal point comes where it's going to either be one way or another. They call it like a fury complex, but it's not. It's like when the fire comes, it is or it isn't. It's nothing negative. It just means that you're going to get a final outcome. Then you got, for this test is surrounded by a new moon in Scorpio, and this talks about fears of rejection from not doing well on the test, and maybe getting a bad score and things like that. And I understand. I would too. I would definitely have a new moon in Scorpio if I was going through that stuff. Then you got a full moon in Gemini with that test. And then talk about answers coming to you. I feel I'm picking up when you take this test, it's going to be close. I don't feel like it's going to be where you're like the highest score. I feel you're gonna pass, but it's gonna be a worrisome thing where you're in the middle somewhere. That's what I'm picking up with this test. So maybe just try these flashcards and relax. And if you have to, get if you're not into crystals, it's fine. Get yourself a cross or whatever religious belief you are. I always state this because just because I like crystals doesn't mean everyone else in the world does. So if you are a faith that it's a crystal or you have a certain Bible, oh yeah, you'll go through it and you're going to be in the middle somewhere when you get through it. But bring a cross with you. Start reading whatever Bible you have if that's what you have, and forget about the crystals, because some people that we all celebrate the light God in different ways. You communicate with him one way, I communicate another, but it's all the same. But that's what makes us happy and unique. But you will get through it. So either read your Bible or just put your energy momentum in if you want to go the crystal way, it would be a clear quartz. And make sure that you put it in holy water, this clear quartz, so it doesn't harbor any negativeness. And if it has to be specific to holy water. But if not, any cross will do. or a lucky charm, something that maybe someone that passed away gave to you. And I'm feeling there was a necklace that your grandmother, picking up grandmother or mother or something, like a mother figure gave you in the past. I would wear it. And then you'll have your ancestors with you as you succeed. So wear that necklace they gave you, and you have it somewhere. That's what I'm getting on that, is about this necklace. And it's always good, like somebody, when they give you a necklace and out of love, it brings good luck to you. That's why people wear things that someone that what they love gave them. So, oh, you can ask Monsi. I'm here. All right, is somebody coming in my love life? I think it's Monsi. All right, Monsi, I'll do a love reading on you, okay? But I hope that's helpful about this exam, and I'm going to pray for you this exam because, we got to celebrate all of our achievements in life, because achievements is what we do. We're here to live and for one goal, and hopefully help humanity. Oh, you're welcome, and I'm going to pray for you. I am. I'm going to be over here in the United States praying for you to get through this exam, because I want to celebrate in your achievement, and I want you to wear that necklace you have from the female person in your family that was like a mother figure to you. And I feel that between the flashcards and the necklace, you will actually, maybe instead of being in the middle, be a little bit up in the middle. You'll still be in the middle, but higher middle, if that makes any sense. And higher middle is better than middle. And I believe it'll help calm you down, having their energy close to you. Because we need everybody from our past, present, and future, that was positive around us at all times. Just because they're not there in physical form does not mean they're not there. They are there. Absolutely. They're there if you need it, and you can call on them in prayer anytime you need them. Always remember that. So, if you have bad times and you're crying or you're really worried, you call on them and pray. And you will be right there connected to them. And I don't think people emphasize this enough when we're going through bad times. I call on my mother all the time when I'm going through just a lot of stuff. And she's there all the time. You share the same blood. And that is why blood is so important and so powerful, because you can call on them. So always remember that, and you will feel a lot more protected. You will, I promise. All right, now, Monsi, your love reading is in a new moon in Taurus. And this is good. This talks about prosperity, for one. You got, and then Taurus is all about prosperity, which is good. Because if you're gonna have a lady, you want your lady friend to be in a good place where you can take them out and stuff. So that's really good. And then you're surrounded in your love reading by a new moon in Capricorn. And this is just talking about you've been working on yourself. You've been working on being more sensitive and more attentive to the needs of a partner. It's showing up, which is good. That is totally good. Everyone works on themselves. I work on myself too. Well, we can't always do that. Yes, you're working. Yes, we can't always make things happen. I mean, if anybody can make anything happen, it would be wonderful, but that doesn't always work that way. And you got a full moon in Cancer with this love reading, and this talks about a personal issue. that comes to a close. And I'm just picking up the personal issue is I think it's literally just trying to find people in your case. I'm not picking up it's a lost love or anything. I think it's just the personal issue of you just got yourself together and you're ready. So I do see somebody coming though. I see them coming in the form of a friend first. And the lady is going to have like dishwater blonde hair. I'm not sure if it is dyed, which most women do dye their hair. But this person's gonna have dishwater blonde hair and like I want to say like brownish hazel eyes. And it's gonna come in the form of a friend, and she's not going to want a relationship, and it's gonna end up a relationship. That's what I'm picking up. And that's okay because it gives you a thrill of the chase. Sometimes it's more fun the chase. And then when you come together, it's a nice, fun story when you get married and have kids. So, if you see somebody with that dishwater blonde hair, and I see her, she's attractive. And it's longer. I mean, it's not super long, like down to her butt, but it's like in the middle of her back type thing, and she looks pretty. And I could say that. I mean, just because I'm not attracted to women doesn't mean I don't know when one's pretty and one's not. But oh, you're a girl, okay. Sometimes they get these things opposite. I'm not perfect, but all right. So the guy, I guess, is going to have dishwater blonde hair. Sometimes I see opposites. So I'm picking up that this guy will have dishwater blonde hair and the eyes are going to be that color. So it's going to be a little on the long side. I just see eye color and stuff. That's all I see. So will there be relationship? It's not going to come across at first as a relationship. It's not. Not at all. This is only gonna come. It's gonna come as a friend, and then you guys are gonna go through something together, and it could lead into it if the circumstances and everybody is on the same wavelength. That's what I'm picking up. So that's why I said I don't know if the hair is dyed or not. So, but he's gonna have a more feminine energy. I will tell you that. Some people, I'm not saying that you have to be in the LGBT community to have feminine energy. Everybody has feminine and masculine energy, but he's going to have a little more feminine energy, which is going to make this guy more sensitive. I will warn you, he's going to be sensitive. Some people don't like sensitive people, some people do. So, all right, yeah. So I'm picking up a lot of. I thought he was a female because of the feminine energy. He's very in tune with the spirituality of this person, and he's very nice. And it reminds me of a female because of how soft and nice he is. There's no harshness to him. See, I'm not a sensitive one. I'm a warrior soul. I would be the first person on the battlefield trying to mess somebody up, but that I'm a warrior soul. I'm not an overly sensitive one, not at all. But this guy's going to be sensitive, so if you are sensitive and you can deal with that, I think you guys will have children and be happy, and whatever soul passes through. And when you give birth, that baby will be very happy because that's why we fall in love. So the universe can bring another soul in the world, and that is our mission. Being with somebody. It's not our own personal happiness, it's the soul that we're allowing and guarding passage to. So just, I think people forget that and they think it's all about them. It's not. It's about the babies. It is. It's all about the babies. Both of the guys I was with was that one that my first husband that didn't work out. It was about, it literally was about Brandon. We broke up, he got married again, and it was what it was. We're still sort of friends, I guess. Then my marriage fell apart because of the alcoholism and this and that, and we decided not to make a go about it. So now I'm with someone else, but I'm married to them. I'm married to him. But my son Zach was meant to be born. We don't argue. My son, he's 21, my youngest, and my oldest is 31. My oldest has two dads, and my youngest has one. But it's the way the universe worked. Zach was meant to be born. It's not about my personal happiness. It's about how you keep your relationship going. But that baby, but Zach was meant to be born, and that's why I say that it's about the babies. So I do see children in the future, and I think he would be a very good mom, and this he will be a very good dad. What's meant to happen will happen. Yeah, that's what I honestly believe that because I've spent years when I was younger, thinking about because the daughter of a Vietnam vet. I was raised with technical with when talking about military stuff and this and that, how you could do this, and that's how I was raised. But I'm sure you will be. But in all that thing, I've attracted a lot of strong men. And I have given birth to strong children. My one son is an honorary veteran, and he was the one that was all the Blue Angels and the fighter jets in the U.S. Navy. My son fixed them. And he's retired from the Navy because I was tough on him. And he got through that, and he's very successful. And my youngest son, he didn't listen to me so much with school, but he's got through tough things in his life, and his family stands behind him. And we're just warrior souls, but you guys, I feel that you're a soul that's a healing soul. And there's a lot of stuff in the world that needs a healing soul. Not everybody's meant to be a warrior. If we were all meant to be warriors, we'd all be fighting all the time. But I'm also about justice, and that's why I fight for humanity. That's why I'm up here to try to help people to get their humanity and bring it to them and empower it. Because that's what you have to do. And it's hard, but it's a life's journey, but sometimes it leads you to different places. And you will be a very good mother. And whatever soul goes through, oh, you love warrior people? Oh, yeah, my whole family is of all about it. My dad was in, my grandpa, every single war that we went through, there's a war hero in my family. Every single stinking one of them. And even in this generation, my son, he was involved in the Russian conflict. He was right there with those fighter jets and the Marines surrounding him. And they went over by the Russian border when the Russians were stopping the supplies and all that good stuff. It was years and years ago. And he was involved in it and did a job. Yeah. So I'm just the daughter of warriors. That's why I believe in justice and humanity. No matter, some people got to protect it, some people got to promote it, and some people got to nurture it. That's the three options for us to have a better realm. You're going to nurture it. And there's nothing wrong with being a nurturer, because people need that. They need that where they're younger, having that love there. It makes you a stronger person, and when things go bad, you know you know where you came from, and then it gives you light. That's where that comes in. So you are going to influence that child, and it's going to be good, and that child's going to be happy. All right, you have a little kitten that passed away on the 25th. Karan, can you get any message from that kitten? I could try. I had a cat that died from. I rescued a cat outside. My son was out there, and my younger son, he was out there. He was out in front of our house, and we rescued this little kitten, and I brought him in, and he ended up dying of a tumor like 2 years, and he fought with this tumor. So I get it, and I have his ashes in my. I have his ashes in my cabinet. So I love my animals. I keep all their ashes because I feel that they're a part of the cycle of life, and so are we as they are. And nobody's better than anybody. I'm not better than the ant crossing the road, or any zoo creature or any wildlife creature. We're all the same. And it's absolutely true. So I get it. I'm an animal lover too. That's why my whole channel's named after my dog. And I don't mind if people call me Chong. I'm okay with it because I love my dog. My dog is amazing. My other dogs have been amazing in my life. I have 4 rescue cats. I love them to death. And I will mourn their passing, and I will keep their ashes because they're my family. Okay, you call it Nessie, that kitten's name. Alright. Alright, your kitten, I did the even one on pulling one on your kitten. Alright. I got a full moon in Gemini on that one, and this just talks about the answers you need are coming. And then I got a new moon in Pisces, which just talks about meditating and channeling and things like that. And then a first quarter moon. And the first quarter moon just talks about, it is about commitment, but it's also about the phase of the moon. And the first quarter moon is the start of cycle of life and death, which is interesting. And I'm getting the message that put out some moon water. Put out moon water and outside. I was told by some of my friends that are witches that you just put a glass of just a bowl of water out by the moon, outside somewhere. And then you bring it in and you cleanse it with the crystal and try and manifest your dead kitten. And that's when the channels allowed for animals to humans. And around the first quarter moon is a really powerful time for this because they attach to us and they're already in the different worlds together. they see this every day. They see the spirit world and our world as one. So that's what I would do today. Put out the moon water, just a bowl of water, and then put a clear crystal quartz in a bowl, and then wear it and go to sleep and think of your kitten, and your kitten will come to you. So, all right. I mean, your cat's fine. Once they leave this realm, they're protected. They're innocent. That's why, Karan, when we hurt other animals or we abuse other animals, you get your payment right away from karma because that's the Earth's babies. Planet Earth is alive. It is absolutely alive. And Earth's creatures are all innocent. We're the ones that are being tested, not them. And when you hurt an animal, somebody, you will get hurt. That's it. You hurt a person or a human, even if it's people don't think you're going to get bad karma for an animal, but yes, you do. Yes, you absolutely do, and it's real ugly towards the end. So, yeah, I would do that, and your kitten will come to you in your dreams, and you will see your cat, and you can communicate with the cat, but it's through moon water. You have to do it in the clear quartz if you already can't see the dead. So that's what I would do. You could do that with people too. You could absolutely do it with people because they're connected the same way in that form. So, but I'm gonna go take my dog out because he's sleeping over here on his bed waiting. So, and I'm gonna be back. I'm less depressed. So, and I got my cleaning out of the way, and my brother did all my laundry for me. So I'm okay, and I'll be have time to come back today. Probably I'm going to be drawing Thor because my son wanted me to draw a picture of Thor for him. So I'll be back with Thor, and I'm going to try to come on like around 5 or 6 o'clock since it's a good time here. Around five in the evening and 6 in the evening is a good time here for you guys. So I'm going to try to do that and do Thor around that time, and I'll do more readings. And I'm glad that I got a hold of you today. I'm starting to get back to normal. And I will see you later, Karan, and I'll pray for you and tell your kitty I said hi and give him a pet for me because I love the animals. I love them all. I do. And you guys, if you subscribe, thank you. And I appreciate it. And if you listened, thank you. And I will see you guys later.